Hi, we're back. It's Just Ask the Press. I am your host, Brian Karen. With me, as always, to discuss the news of the week, Mark Zaid, FOIA and national security expert. And joining us again this week, professor and media critic Nolan Higdon. Hey, Doc, I got it right this time. So, and I'm going to go to you first because twice on the stage. First, a rare appearance in the Brady briefing room, and where we saw somnambulant Donnie, and where he went on for, I guess it was, God, close to an hour and a half. And even it, I'm told, I wasn't in the room at the time, thankfully, because I would have snoozed out. But apparently, even Caroline Leavitt, his PEP secretary, at one point in time, nodded off as Donald Trump rambled on. And then he showed up. We got to see Mean Donnie as he showed up in Davos, Switzerland. We hadn't seen Mean Donnie since his Christmas speech, and it could have had something to do with the fact that on his way to Davos, he had to turn around because of an electric problem in the Air Force One. They had to change planes, so they probably put him off his feed. And for those who want to say that there was actually something nefarious about it, a very close friend of mine was in the pool. The lights did go off in the cabin. There was a bit of a problem, so they wisely turned around. So please put your conspiracy mind to rest on that one. So he arrives, and not saying he didn't get a B-12 shot at some point in time, but he didn't have to turn around the plane to do it, I guess, unless they forgot the B-12. And Stephen Miller was probably standing there like the vampire he is, ready to inject his favorite president. So he shows up, he gets Mean in Davos. Let's start with I'll let you pick. Where do you want to start? You want to start with Davos, or you want to start in the briefing room? It's all yours.
Gosh, I guess I'll start in Davos. I think one thing that really kind of stood out to me is I'm on Truth Social because I hate myself. But on there,
I like that aside. I'm on Truth Social. I hate myself. Go ahead.
The way he talks to his supporters is really about projecting strength. And it really struck me this week that it reminds me of a dictator in a weak country because he projects so much strength to his base through something like Truth Social.
I can be meaner than anybody.
Yeah.
I'm so mean.
And then shit. Overseas, he just collapses on the whole Greenland thing. I mean, thank God. But, we went from we need to get this deal, we're going to invade, to basically got a deal where the U.S. has what it has had since the 1950s in terms of an agreement.
Yes.
But the only difference being, in the meantime, he alienated more of the international community and brought nations like Canada and China closer together. But that was one of the main things that really stood out to me. And I think him and Gavin Newsom's petty infighting plays well to that Truth Social crowd. But I think something you were hinting at earlier that I think is really amazing is the ways in which he conflated Iceland and Greenland during the speech to an international audience. We all just lived through the Biden years. I'm old enough to remember them. And I think those were spot on critiques of why, our leader needs to really mean what they say and say what they mean, especially in an international context. And I'm just amazed that sort of was just a blip on the radar for maybe an hour on the nightly news, and then next story. That's a huge error. That would take down any other president, but Trump has so many of these.
Well, they have ice there. They have ice. I'm sure it's icy.
It's proof the Viking strategy worked, where they named the other country as people would think it to be, so that Greenland gets invaded because it's green.
Yeah.
Iceland does not, because it's ice when it's the other way around.
That you said, Nolan, it really sticks with me. It's always Donald Trump pretending to be the fireman when he's actually started the fire. He's the arsonist who pretends to be the fireman. Nothing gained. And he came out and said, this is a big, beautiful deal. What did he say? We have the concept for the framework of a deal. Can I see that? Can I touch that? Is that, what the hell is a concept of a frame? Isn't the framework the concept? Don't we have a concept? But at the end of the day, in saying it'll last for infinity, well, that's an interesting concept. But then also saying that we can do anything we want. We can build an extra base. We can put a city there.